of comfortable Christianity. How many have gotten a book and were blessed by what they've read so far in the book series? Amen. 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 Comfortable Christianity. As we know that one of Jesus' most formidable ways of teaching was to get the listeners to look inwardly instead of outwardly first. I overheard the Sunday school class this morning, and Reverend Seeley was teaching, and Jesus always emphasized on looking at yourself first before you look at anyone else. Amen. Amen. Before you can look at somebody else, we must look at ourselves first. So on today's message, as you know, we've read the scripture responsively, very familiar passage of scripture, and we're going to delve through this a little bit, but today's message is titled, Get Off the Cruise Ship. Get off the cruise ship. Stepping out of your comfort zone. Get off the cruise ship. Stepping out of your comfort zone. Beloved, there are times in life, regardless of what we're going through, where we develop this comfortability. We develop situations and circumstances and surroundings for us to be comfortable. Actually, we live in a society that sells comfort. Everything's about comfort. Everything's about the way you want it. If you go to Burger King, actually their slogan is, have it your way. Look across the globe, everything's about comfortability. When you go to a hotel, everything's about the comfort of the resident. Even in prisons now, believe it or not, the prison system is even designed now for the comfort of the prisoner. I can testify because I'm in charge of electronics and things. They have more channels than you got at your house, believe it or not. Everything's about comfort, us being comfortable. But I've come to a place in life and I've realized, saints, that in order for us to be true followers of Christ, if we are believers, we have to understand that there are times in life where we need to step out of our comfort zones and reach into something that makes us feel uncomfortable. No, it's not always going to feel right. And initially, it's not going to feel good because it's something that you're not used to. The reason why we like comfort is because of the redundancy of it. It's something that we've mastered. It's something that we're used to. And so even if it's bad for us, when we get comfortable, we're still nice in it. We're still okay in it because it is our comfort zone. But here today we see in the text where it is known as where Jesus walked on water. The Bible says that Jesus was with the disciples and he sent them to the other side. They were getting ready to handle some business. So the first point that I want to stress, in order for you to step out of your comfort zone, sometimes you have to go ahead of God. Now I know I'm gonna twist some of y'all, I'm gonna twist some of y'all. I know y'all saying this preach is crazy, but I was teaching you in a text where it says this. See, there are times in life where God actually instructs you to go ahead of him. I miss some of y'all. Some of y'all back institutionalized and y'all don't understand. Sometimes God will tell you to go ahead of him. See, we've been taught for so long that you don't get ahead of God. And now, I'm not talking about you just walking out of here and you want to go start your own church or you want to start your own ministry without the blessing of God. I'm not talking about going ahead of God on your own volition. I'm talking about there are some times where God tells you to leave where he's at to go ahead to where he wants you to go. Amen. I'm going to show you. Matthew chapter 14, verse 22. I'm going to teach you the text today. It says, immediately Jesus made the disciples get into the boat and what? That's what the text says. The text says that he told the disciples to go ahead of him to the other side while he dismissed the crowd. I'm going to deal with this. Watch this. See, oftentimes we get stuck in our comfort zones because we've always been told never to go ahead. And we've been told that God will never leave us or forsake us, which is true. But why did Jesus tell the disciples to go ahead of him? The Bible says that he told them to go ahead while he dealt with the crowd. Now, even though Jesus loved the people in the crowd, everyone could not go where he and the disciples were going. You see, there are some people that are in the crowd who are going to be a distraction to where Jesus is trying to get you to go. Everybody that's with you right now cannot go where God is telling you to go. And guess what? Sometimes Jesus is going to have to sit behind and deal with some stuff while you go ahead. See, but sometimes we get so stuck, we say, oh no, I'm waiting on God. No, I can't move because I'm waiting on God. Yeah, I didn't put in a job application because so-and-so, I prayed to God and God said he's going to deliver me a job. So I'm waiting on God. When God told you to go down to the mall and fill out some applications, but you're still waiting on God. I'm waiting on God. Your husband left you 15 years ago. He got another man for you, but I'm waiting on God. You're waiting on God, and God told you to go on ahead. I've got some business to take care of here while you go on to the other side. I'm going to mess some of y'all up today. See, when you thought Jesus forgot about you because you felt like he wasn't answering your prayers, he was actually staying behind working for you. He was taking care of the people who were trying to destroy your future. While you worried about taking the whole crowd, you worried about sister so-and-so that left you behind 10 years ago. See, Jesus allowed them to stay behind for a reason, because where you're getting ready to go, they're going to be a distraction. Jesus says, go on ahead to the other side while I take care of the stuff that's here. I need to take care of this crowd. See, Jesus says, I love these people. I love them. I fed them. I gave them a word. But I understand that they're not about the true mission. See, the people in the crowd are only interested in what they can get. Jesus said, these people that are here are going to be leeching off you when you get to the other side. These people over here are going to be the ones that stab you in the back seat. You trust them, but I know them. So I'm going to deal with them and you go on. He made them get in the boat. And the text says that he made them go ahead of him, while he stayed behind and dealt with the crowd. Second thing you got to do. Second thing you got to do to get out of your comfort zone, to get off that cruise ship, is you got to spend time alone. See, Jesus understood this concept more than anyone else, that there are times in life where you need to separate from the crowd, to separate from people, to separate from the job, to separate from the chaos. Sometimes you even got to separate yourself from from your family, your spouse, your kids. You've got to get away from everybody. There are moments where you need to spend time alone. See, sometimes we've got so comfortable around people that we're uncomfortable when we're alone. See, while everybody's giving up meat for Lent, and you're giving up electronics, and you're giving up drinking and smoking, some of us need to give up people for Lent. Some of you need to give people up for Lent. There are some people that you need to release out of your life because they do you no good. They do you harm. They got you stressed out. They got you up 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. They're giving you all their drama, all their problems, all their trouble, all their money problems. Every time you get a check, every time you get your check, you got to let them borrow money. Listen, you got to give up people for Lent. Jesus understood the importance of periodic time of being alone. Watch this, I'm going to mess you up. He says, after he dismissed them, he went up on the mountainside by what? By himself. Oh, y'all can preach this. He went up by himself to pray, and then even later that night, he was alone. Jesus sent the disciples ahead of him. Then he went to pray all by himself. Now notice that he didn't send them and then immediately go follow them. See, in order for us to get out of our comfort zones, God will allow us to go through some situations and circumstances where he's not present. I'm gonna mess y'all up today. See, you thought God forgot about you because it feels like he's out of your situation, but he's making you feel like that for a reason. Watch this. If you always bail your children out of jams and situations without them feeling any pain, without them feeling any frustration, if you always tell them yes and you never tell them no, and they're never mad at you, then guess what? They'll never become adults. They'll never grow. They'll never be able to move into the next level because you always covered them and always given them a safety net. Sometimes God has to remove the safety net from you. Sometimes he's got to let you fall. Sometimes he's got to let you go through. Jesus didn't go meet them immediately. They had to go through the storm first. See, the longer Jesus waited, the more they would doubt who he was when he showed up. The longer God leaves you in a situation where it feels like he's not answering your prayers, what happens is he's exercising your faith. For you to prove to yourself, do you really believe who he says he is? When you come up in the church every Sunday, lifting up your hands, oh God, I love you, oh God, I worship you. But when you're in a storm, when it feels like all hell's breaking loose, same God. He dismissed the way, the mountainside by himself. And later that night, he was there alone. And it says, and the boat was a considerable distance from land and buffeted by the waves because the wind was against it. In other words, they had ran into a storm. See, and in order for us to get out of that cruise ship mindset, Deacon Bell, you got it. See, there are times where it is necessary for us to feel like God is a considerable distance away and allow us to go into a storm. And when God does it, I don't want you to take it personal. In fact, God doesn't discriminate because he did it to his best friend. When Jesus heard that his best friend Lazarus had died, the Bible says that he didn't even go to the funeral. In fact, all he did was send a postcard that said this sickness will not end in death, but it is for the glory of God, so that the Son of God may be glorified. Jesus, my brother just died, and you want to throw cliches? Jesus, our family member died. Scripture ain't going to help me right now. I need you to be here. But what did he do? The text says that he waited 2 days. He sent the postcard. Didn't even go to his best friend's funeral. He sent the postcard. And didn't show up to a couple days later. So a few days later, he shows up and nonchalantly acts like nothing's going on. He walks in just smooth, calm and collective. Everybody's still weeping and crying and they're distraught. So Mary and Martha gave him the business. Deaconess Doreen and Deacon Padilla, they ran up on him and gave him the business. They ran up on him and said, Lord, if you had been here, he wouldn't have died. In other words, his death is your fault. In other words, he was only sick when we sent report to you, but since you left us alone and didn't show up, he died. Now, Jesus didn't get offended. He didn't get mad. But he knows how to shut people down nicely. Oh, Jesus wasn't no joke. But he knows how to shut you down real nice. Matter of fact, you ain't going to realize it until 2-3 days later. Man, he dissed me. Man, Jesus is rude. You ain't going to pick up. He does it so nicely, it's going to take you about 7 days to realize what he said to you. Watch this. Watch what he says to him. He says, I'm glad for you that I wasn't there, because since I wasn't there, now you'll believe. And it didn't stop there. He says, but let's go where he at. In other words, shut your mouth, stop worrying about what happened. We moving forward now. Because I know Mary and Martha, they must have been sisters, because they gave him the business. Third and final point that you need to do when getting out of the comfort zone is you got to know Jesus' voice. You've got to know his voice. See, you cannot and you will not step out of the place of your comfort if you do not recognize the voice of God when he calls you out. Watch this, I'm going to mess you up again. It says, but Jesus immediately said to them, take courage, it is I. He says, don't be afraid. And he says, Lord, if it's you, Peter replied, tell me to come to you to the water. It's very interesting that Peter is the one responding because he's actually the most comfortable. Peter is he's the head fisherman on the boat. In fact, the Bible says that after he had cut somebody out, after he denied Jesus, the Bible says that he gave up. He was so distraught and so mad at himself that he said, I'm going fishing. Peter was a well-skilled fisherman. This boat was his comfort zone. See, wherever you are skilled at, wherever you are good at, whatever place that you flourish at, that is the place that you build your comfort zone. This is why oftentimes we don't try to learn new things because it is uncomfortable for us. Because we don't know. We feel like dummies. Peter's in the boat and he's comfortable because this is the place where he spends most of his pastime. Jesus spoke, and of all people in the boat, Peter should have been the one to recognize his voice. In fact, he was the one who had the loud mouth. He was the one who says, when Peter asked, who's going to deny me? Peter said, listen, I don't know about these other brothers. He said, he's sitting there eating grapes there. I got your back. Some of y'all get that on the way home. Y'all been saved too long. By the way, that was iced tea. See, Peter was so comfortable in the boat that he was the one that suggested that Jesus call him out. Oh, that's rich. Jesus didn't say to him, come out the boat. Peter recommended him to come out the boat. It wasn't even Jesus' idea for him to come out of the boat. See, staying in your comfort place will make you give God instructions instead of waiting for God to tell you what to do. We become so mastered at what we do in our comfort zones, we tell God, listen, God, this is what you want to do? You want me to come out the boat? Listen, this is my thing here. Listen, if you are who you say you are, then have me come out the boat then. Peter's butt should have been in the back somewhere, sit down, waiting for instructions, but instead, Jesus, I'll tell you. He confident. Peter, Jesus, this is my boat. I does this. I do this every day. Jesus, you know nothing about this. This is my thing here. See, your thing is healing and raising people from the dead. But this fishing thing, Jesus, this fishing thing is this all me here. This me right here. You can't tell me what to do in this 6x9 foot boat. This is what I do. That's what I does every day. So now I'm going to give you instructions. I'm going to tell you, if you want to prove who you are, tell me to come out the boat. When you're in your comfort zone, we ask Jesus some crazy things for him to prove who he is. We say, God, if you do this, we even say it in our praise. God, if you do this, then we'll be careful to give you the glory. No, we should give God the glory if you don't do nothing. You making deals with God. See, we make deals with God because we're comfortable. How do you tell God, I'm going to do this if you do this? God, if you do, then I'll be careful to give you the glory. No, God, I'm going to give you the glory. That's why the old folks used to say, listen, if he doesn't to do anything else. He's already there. God doesn't need to do anything for me, for him to prove who he is. All I got to do is step outside and look in the sky, and I can see the sun shining. I can see the sun, the moon, and the stars. God don't need to prove to me who he is because I don't recognize his voice. Hallelujah. Peter says, Lord, if it's you, then tell me to come to you on the water. Peter replied, tell me to come to you on the water. So we must recognize Jesus' voice. Amen. If we do not recognize Jesus' voice, then we will try to make up things to tell Jesus what to do in order for us, instead of us sitting back waiting for God to tell us what to do. Amen. So true. And the Bible says that after this, and I'm getting ready to sit down, the Bible says that after this, Peter got out of the boat. He started to walk towards Jesus. He was feeling good about himself. But then the Bible says suddenly he took his eyes off of Jesus and started to look at the wind. But watch this. This struck me yesterday as I'm reading this, because you can't see wind. How did Peter take his eyes off Jesus and look at the wind if wind cannot be seen? See, when God has you step out of your comfort zone, oh brother, you start to make up things that aren't even there. You're right. You're right. God said you need to go back to school. You say, well, I don't know if I'm going to get financial aid. I had a problem with somebody down in Bursaw 20 years ago. God said, you need to go for that promotion. Oh, well, the boss don't like me. Boss don't even know who you are. God said, you need to venture out and start that business. Oh, well, banks don't get black people loans. We start to make up things in our mind that have not even developed yet. He was good as long as he had his eyes on Jesus. But the text says then he looked at the wind. You can't see wind. Stepping out of our comfort zones is not an easy thing. Amen. It's not something that's going to feel good. Everything is not going to always go our way. But in order, if there's anybody here that wants to go to the next level, if there's anybody here that wants to go to the next dimension, if there's anybody here that wants to stretch from where they are, if you're just tired of doing the same thing over and over again, just the redundancy of life, being a master at one thing, then it's going to be necessary for you to step into some uncomfortable situations. You're going to have to do some things that you've never done before. You're going to have to come into some situation where you're going to be the dumbest person in the room. And what do I mean by that? Because dumb just means you don't have knowledge of something. And if you're the smartest person in your crowd, then guess what? You're not all that smart. Because you want to be surrounding yourself with people that know things that you don't know, who experience things that you've never experienced, that have gone to places that you've never gone. But for a while, it's going to take you to feel like you have nothing. Like you don't know much. But God's trying to take each and every one of us to another dimension.
Amen. Lord, I thank you.
He doesn't want any of us to stay the same, but we've got to look deep down within ourselves and say, God, I don't mind being dumb for a little while. I don't mind being the least knowledgeable person in the room. I don't mind being the one in the room with the least amount of money. Because one day I'm going to bring myself to a level where I'll be able to stand with the best of them. Where I'll be able to have a conversation with the smartest of them. But you first got to get out of your comfort zone. Amen. Get off that cruise ship. Amen. And step onto the water and keep your eyes